Welcome back to the Highly Sensitive Podcast. Today is another ramble episode is what I've been calling them, although I don't think I'm totally sold on that name, but that's what I first came up with, so that's what we're going with. So these episodes are usually sort of just me talking. They're not really planned out at all. I usually think about something that I want to talk about, and then I sort of just go from there rather than actually planning it out like I do with the regular episodes. These are also not edited, so it's sort of just how things go. And the past few, I put out some guided meditations, so I hope you enjoyed those. I had a lot of fun recording those and making those, especially the one that had the sound effects, so I hope you enjoyed those. But today we're back to a regular ramble episode. And today it sort of is a little more structured than normal because I just recently made an Instagram post about this, and I wanted to talk about that post and go a little more in depth with what it said. So this is all about when things that have happened, positive things, since I decided to really start knowing what I needed to do to take care of myself as a highly sensitive person, when I decided to implement these things that I had discovered and see what worked and how it made me feel, and when I really decided to put myself first, which I know for a lot of us, probably most of us, feels really uncomfortable because we are so caring that we feel guilty putting ourselves first, even if we are also feeling resentful and upset, maybe, that we have been putting so much time and energy into other people or things that other people want from us when it doesn't align with what we want and we need. So putting ourselves first can feel really uncomfortable. It can bring up some feelings of guilt. And after you get used to it, after you've done it for a while, that guilt goes away. And that's actually one of the things that I put in my post was when I started putting myself first, I somehow stopped carrying around a stomach full of guilt all the time. And this was something that I think I experienced for most of my life. And it was just sort of there. I think it was sort of accumulated. It didn't have really one specific reason to be there, but it was still there a lot. And once I was able to know myself better and know what I needed to do to take care of myself, to feel like I felt more balanced, I felt more like I was living a life that I wanted, that I was doing things that I wanted and that I needed, and I wasn't letting my life be controlled by other people, I started to accept myself more. I started to be kinder toward myself, which is actually another one. And it sort of, that guilt left after a while. And it feels really good to not have that anymore. And of course, sometimes it still comes back a little bit, but it's for the most part, it's gone. And I think that's because my life now is based on what I want and what I need. And because I'm able to do this, I'm also able to be there for other people better, people in my life personally, my clients as well. I'm able to attend to what they need because I am attending to what I need to be present for them and others in my life. So that was two things. I don't feel like I have a stomach full of guilt all the time, and I am now able to speak kindly to myself because I care about myself. I have shown myself that I do care by putting myself first. So that was a huge thing. Another thing I mentioned was that I began to fully accept myself, which that takes time. That takes learning about yourself, really truly listening to yourself, paying attention to yourself, and understanding what you need, what your strengths are, what are things that you need to work on, being able to reframe things that have been brought up in the past, maybe by yourself, maybe by other people, that you see as a weakness. Maybe those aren't actually weaknesses. Like, I think it's so easy for us to feel like we don't fit into society because it's not built for us. Not at all. That's not our fault. It's not our fault that we don't fit in. It's not our fault that we struggle with like a 40-hour work week. A lot of us struggle with that. A lot of us struggle with being so busy, which is sort of what our society prides itself upon, I guess, is being busy all the time. And that's just not how we are. And that's okay. That's not our fault. We are fine the way we are. So learning to accept that and work with that in your life and make changes that accommodate what you need. So another one is, this sort of goes along with what I was talking about the guilt. I don't feel resentful toward others for putting all of my time and energy into them because I'm not doing that anymore. I am able to be there for people when I feel like I'm able to. I only put as much into it as I feel I am able to. I don't go above and beyond if I really feel like I can't do that. So that's difficult to start, obviously, but being able to set those boundaries has been huge. And I am just so much more at peace, which is another one that I wrote. I feel so much more at peace now because I am dictating my own life. I don't feel like other people are running my life, which is the last one, is I feel in control of my life because I used to listen to other people, their input about what I should do, what I shouldn't do. I used to be there for other people instead of being there for myself. And once I stopped doing that, it made a huge, huge difference. And all of these changes that I'm talking about are obviously over the span of several years. It's not like it just happened all at once. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort and willpower to go through uncomfortable feelings and situations so that in the end you will feel better overall. And that's really where change happens, is in the uncomfortable. And we just sometimes have to be in the discomfort. Sit in there, be in it, and then we'll be through it. So I hope this has inspired some people to take control of your life, take control of your self-care, put yourself first. And if you need help with that, I am just about to launch my new program, the Sensitive Self-Care Collective, which is a great place to start. We go over many different things, many different aspects of self-care for HSPs. Some of the things we're going to go over are managing feelings of overwhelm, negative thoughts, which is a huge thing, self-compassion and self-acceptance, physical self-care. Oh, there's so many. I don't have them all right in front of me. I'm sort of just going off of memory, but there's a lot of different modules, 12 different modules. 2 of them are on setting boundaries, actually, because that one is huge and has so much information. So I really hope you'll join me. It's almost the end of the waitlist period. So if you would like to learn more about this program, join the waitlist. I'll put the link in the episode description. You get some bonuses if you join off of the waitlist, including getting $300 off from the program, which is pretty good, I must say. So do that if that calls to you. And I'm very excited that everybody in the program gets to connect with each other and support each other. And I think this is going to be great. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope to see you there and connect with you. I really love connecting with new podcast listeners. It's really great. So that's the episode for this week. Again, I hope listening to this has been motivational for you, and always feel free to reach out if you need some support or encouragement. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm at I am Lauren LaSalle now. So you can DM me on there, and I would love to connect and sort of talk about where you are in your self-care journey and putting yourself first, and just support you in that. So, all right. Well, I will see you in the next episode.